everyone. Now let's discuss what is voice modulation for teachers. Teachers use their voices every day as their most powerful instrument in the classroom. Unlike written text or visual aids, the teacher's voice directly influences how students receive, process, and respond to information. A voice that is lively, clear, and well modulated can inspire curiosity, encourage participation, and hold students' attention, while a flat or monotonous voice may cause learners lose focus or disengage. Voice modulation for teachers refers to the ability to vary pitch, tone, volume, speed, and rhythm in speaking. It's not simply about being loud or soft, but it's all about how you use your voice strategically to emphasize ideas, express emotions, and guide students' understanding. For example, raising your pitch or volume can highlight some important points, while a well-timed pause can allows learners to reflect on what they just heard. Likewise, changing your rhythm or speed can make your lessons more dynamic, preventing boredom and monotony. So there are 5 key points of a voice modulation for teachers. First, we have the importance of pitch and tone variation. Second is using pauses to enhance meaning. Third is volume control to maintain attention. And the fourth is speed and rhythm for engagement. And the last is exercises to strengthen vocal cords. Now let's discuss first the importance of pitch and tone variation. Pitch is how high or low your voice sounds, while tone is the emotion or mood that comes through when you speak. If teachers always speak in the same pitch and tone, their voice may sound flat and boring. By varying pitch and tone, teachers can show excitement, seriousness, or concern. This not only keeps your students interested, but it also helps them understand the feelings behind the lesson. Next is using pauses to enhance meaning. A pause is a short break in speaking. Pauses give students time to think about what they just heard. They also highlight important words or ideas, making them stand out more. For example, pausing before or after is an important term signals that your students should pay attention, because without pauses, speech can be sound rushed, and your students may struggle to keep up. That's why using pauses to enhance meaning or using pauses is important. Next, we have a volume control to maintain attention. Volume is how loud or soft a voice is. Speaking too softly may cause students to miss important points, while speaking too loudly all the time can be tiring and uncomfortable. A good teachers know how to raise their voice volume to get attention or lower it to create curiosity. Adjusting volume not only helps manage the classroom, but also protects the teacher's voice from strain. And the fourth is speed and rhythm for engagement. Speed refers to how fast a teacher speaks, and rhythm is the natural flow of the voice. Speaking too fast makes it difficult for students to follow, while speaking too slowly may bore them. A balanced speed with rhythm and energy keeps the lesson lively and easier to understand. Slowing down for complex topics and speeding up for simple ones to ensure clarity and engagement. And the last is exercises to strengthen vocal cords. Teachers use their voices every day, so keeping them strong and healthy is important. Simple exercises like deep breathing, humming, or reading aloud with varied pitch and tone can make the voice more flexible and learn. Staying hydrated by drinking water, it also prevents dryness and strain. So these practices helps teachers avoid sore throats and ensure their voices remain powerful tools for teaching. This is why mastering voice modulation for teachers is not just a skill for effective teaching, but it's also an essential part of professional self-care for educators. But before we end our discussion, I will show you a short video clip about voice modulation for teachers.
Q&A Tuesday, all your voice questions answered. Hi, I'm Elisa James, founder of the Voice of Confidence training programs, and today we dive into some super handy tips to help you become a better educator. Tip 1, setting the tone. One of the most important skills for any speaker or presenter to master is the opening. You have to set the tone. Your audience needs to see that you're confident and have the authority to command the room. The way you walk into the room, the way you stand, and the way you open your teaching session. Students can see, hear, and feel when you're not in charge. I remember years ago at school, one of my teachers were so ineffective that the kids would throw things and swear at the teacher and be blatantly disrespectful. It was embarrassing to watch because the teacher had absolutely no control over the room. And the worst part is that I almost failed that class because of all the disruptions. So to avoid this, I want you to take control immediately. Walk into that room on time and march in with your head held high as though you're on a mission and you have no time to waste. Now next, you're going to know exactly what you're going to do to open the lesson, what you're going to teach, what you expect from the students, and what outcomes they will achieve by the end of the lesson. If you walk into that room with an air of confidence, organized and well prepared, you will give the right impression right off the bat and be able to set your expectations clearly and succinctly. Look, it may take a bit of rehearsal to look and sound the way it needs to, but keep at it. You will improve every time. Tip number 2, asking questions the right way. Many speakers and presenters have no idea how to ask an effective question. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when a speaker asks a question, nobody's game to put their hand up? It's not because the audience is defective, it's just that the speaker has not been trained in knowing how to ask a question for maximum engagement. So here are 2 really great ways to ask a question that will ensure the audience, your students, pay more attention and engage with you. The first way to ask is what I call a bounce question. This is where you bounce the attention over to your audience so you have them thinking about something that you said, which means that they're really paying attention. A bounce question is simply this, a question that you know they will probably say yes to. Here are some examples for you in the context of a classroom. Okay guys, if I offered you $100 right now for free, would you take it? Well, that would be an obvious hell yeah, right? For most people, especially kids. And if you nodded, then that's a bounce question that works for you too. Now, this is really super easy to do, but you have to know your audience. You have to know what they want, what they don't want, and all that. So you'll have to think about this a little bit in advance to prepare some bounce questions that you could ask your audience. Now, the second way is almost as good as the first. It's simply this. Ask a question that can be answered as yes or no. Here's an example. Did you know that we provide free tutoring after school for those who need some extra help? Who knew that that was an option? Yes. Another simple one is this. Do you like math? Yes, put your hand up. Okay, who hates math? You see, when you're engaging with them about your content, they're paying attention. You don't ask an open-ended question because the students will go off into their own head and start to daydream about the answer. Now, you've lost them. So stick to yes and no questions, only. Super simple.